Hey folks, welcome back to the channel where it is all about racing. I am Mark, and today I'm going to take a look at this 1987 Jaguar XJR-8. That's correct, the XJR-8, not the XJR-9. This was the car that didn't win Le Mans in 1987. Now, the Jaguar XJR-8 was built by Jaguar to compete in the IMSA and Le Mans Group C class for the 1987 season. Its sponsor would be the UK cigarette manufacturer Silkcut. The XJR-8 was designed by Tony Southgate for TWR. It was powered by a 7.0-liter 60-degree Jaguar V12 engine producing about 700 horsepower. Wow! Maximum speed was 220 miles per hour or 350 kilometers per hour. And guys, I've heard this car sounds absolutely freaking amazing. It just screams power. Those of you in England may have seen it probably at some historic races. I have not had the pleasure, but I am looking forward to it. Now, 6 of these cars were produced and 3 were converted XJR6s. The XJR-8 raced for only 1 year and won many races except the biggie, Le Mans. It would take the title of Autosport Racing Car of the Year. In 1989, it would be replaced by the XJR-9, the one that did win Le Mans. Now, when I Googled it, the number 5 Jaguar, this one, the XJR-8, would finish second in the 1987 24 Hours Le Mans, 40 seconds behind the winning Porsche. According to the base of this car, it finished 5th. Now, the drivers, when I looked it up, had 2 of the 3. It had John Marshall Watson from the UK, Jan Lammers, the Dutchman, and W. Percy, whoever he is. He did not come up on the data that I looked for. If anybody knows different, please let me know. This is a 143 scale Spark model. It's resin, comes mounted on this black wooden base, and it comes in this reflective silver slipcover. Just push the model out, slide it back in to get it in and out. Actually, it works out kind of nicely. It's clear on both sides, so you can clearly see the front and the rear. The back of it is rather uninspiring, and the bottom of it has the standard information that you expect from Spark, made by Spark Minimax. Notice that the dealer sold this for $52.95. That wasn't what I paid for it. Actually, it was quite substantially less. But nevertheless, that's what he was trying to get for it. Now let's talk a little bit about the car itself. One of the challenges that I have had lately with some of the Sparks that I've received were the fact that I had to apply decals myself. It was usually the case if they were cigarette manufacturers or alcohol. In this case, it was cigarettes. Now, my biggest concern as a modeler in applying this myself were 2 things. Would the decal be thin enough to stick to the car, regardless of whether it had to go over vents like this? And would it need to be secured with clear coat? The good news for you guys, if you're looking at buying this and you see it, if you can find one of these, this is a really old car. And guys, I got this packaged and sealed brand new. But I understand many of you have had cars similar to this where you've had to apply decals, and it can be challenging. It wasn't in this case. It fit on nicely, even over the vents, and I can show you on an IXO model I've got where it did not go so well, and that was applied by the factory, not by me. And there was no need to clear cut over it. I don't touch the car, so I'm hoping it's not going to come off. Anyhow, as you would expect from Spark, the details are sharp. The car looks good. Presentation is excellent. Decals applied perfectly, even when done by me. I particularly like the fuel input. Very, very nicely done. I love the steel aerial on it. Silver, not black plastic, as you get on many other cars, including Sparks. It kind of reminds me of an HPI. I almost expect the engine cover on it to come open, but it does not. Now, if I turn it around and take a look at it from the front, the car just looks great. I love the details. The green trim around the headlights with the silver rivets. The headlights look excellent. The green trim around the carbon fiber splitter. The tow hook, you can barely see over there, unless you really look for it. Move close up. Cockpit details are very, very sharp, even though it's very, very hard to see. You can hardly even see because the way this is smoked. You've got the windshield wiper over here, and the seat is on this side. This is a British car, and as usual, they sit on the wrong side of the car. I know my friends in the UK are going to have fun with that one. This is a look at the driver's side. It is not much different from the passenger side, so we won't spend a lot of time looking at it. And if I take you in here, it's really hard to see the cockpit details. I mean, it really is. But there's a cool look at the front of the car with the camera hub, the aerial, the air intake for the engine, that screaming V12 that we talked about. And here's a cool look at the back of the car. I love those exhausts. Big, old, huge diffuser in the back. Yes, even in 1987, they had massive big diffusers on these cars. And if you take a look at the wing, this is the low drag version for Le Mans. And one thing that I really like about Spark models are all their attention to detail. The perforated slots that you have here. Not painted, perforated. Very, very cool. And look how sharp and crisp the decaling is and the way that it's applied. Guys, it's not easy. Trust me. Well, folks, the Chinese really do great jobs assembling these models. That's it. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. See you next time. Take care.